What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. Got a special video here for you guys today. The COVID-19 pandemic has actually taken over the world, and some of the struggles that our first responders and our nurses and doctors in the emergency room and the hospitals are facing is the lack of personal protective equipment, PPE, for those who've never read an OSHA manual in their life. My wife, Elena, happens to be a longtime RN. She works at 2 hospitals, both in the ER, and so she's on the front line, and both the hospitals are pretty much out of any sort of N95 or other types of protective equipment to have them safely treat some of the coronavirus patients. So I know a lot of people are out there making masks out of cloth. And while that's probably better than nothing, that's also kind of like a chain link fence. It's just big holes going through. I'm going to link down below a study that was done showing different properties of different materials and how they do as far as filtration properties. And what we found is that vacuum cleaner bags have the best filtration properties outside of an N95 mask. So I'm going to have Elena come in here and we'll swap to her, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about the mask, and then we're going to show you guys how to make these masks at home.
Hi, I'm Elena. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 16 years, and I kind of came up with this design. Nicholas is he's the brains behind it. We both work together to make this mask. It's basically the same pattern as an N95 mask that was issued to me at work, that I used for my entire shift, and that I took home and sanitized and then disassembled and replicated it with vacuum cleaner bag masks. As he said, as far as PPE goes, the vacuum cleaner bag masks are, the best. Let's see, we're running out of PPE, and it's real, and so I wanted to make this video just to help whoever. If you're at home and you want to make, and you feel like this is more protection, then it does seal to your face. As you can tell, I'm wearing goggles. I'm talking the whole time. It's not fogged my goggles at all. But anyway, so I would really like to thank Nick for doing this for me. Anyway, that's it. We'll cut to the making it, and yeah, thanks guys. Thanks a lot.
I do want to add that, look, this is a good bag to use, the Febreze Hoover YZ bag. We live in the year 2020, so we don't have a vacuum cleaner that has bags, but we found these at Walmart. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and to get our bag open, and to cut off the bottom and the top seams, and then just kind of cut down from the side. Hi, Cat. Cat says hi. Okay. Do this on this and then this on this. Just like that. Cut. Can you see me? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, so you've got an extra little filter in here. I think that's for Karen and her allergies. So we will open this up like that. Find the little cardboard thingy that we don't need. And then I'm just going to cut down this seam. I'm going to do that just to make it straight. We have plenty of bag here to make a mask. Also, I would recommend you take these Febreze bags and kind of air them out for a couple of days before you do that, because these puppies are strong smelling.
Well, they don't have the Febreze in them.
No, they don't, but they still have that little packet thing, and that packet thing just infiltrates. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut down this seam here. Just try to stay away from that extra paper. It messes you up. All right. And now Nicholas is going to take this and do the measurements, and I'm going to sit idly beside him and drink White Claw. Hi. Okay.
All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to take one of these edges here, probably the top edge, and I want to go 26 centimeters across. So we're going to start up towards the top here. We're going to make a mark. 26. Yeah? Okay. Let's double check ourselves. 26. Give it a little bit of wiggle room on the side here. then we are going to go down 22. Is that right? 22. I believe we're 22. I'm going to use the seam here as my guide to make sure I'm kind of straight. And make sure it's flat. Elena texting in the background, earning my noise. It's cool.
Are you kidding me?
What we're going to do is we're going to come down 10.5 centimeters and make a point. Then we're going to come up 10.5 centimeters and make a point. Leaving us with almost just about 1 millimeter, or 1 centimeter, I'm sorry, between the two. So we're going to do the same thing down here. So once again, I'm going to try and line it up with the seam to make sure I'm straight. I don't know if that's straight. I could get real fancy and make it proper, but we don't have time for that. So now we're going to come across. We will make our line. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up 10.5. I'm going to come down 10.5. The dogs in the background. Leaving us with just about 1 millimeter in between. Centimeter, yeah. Lena had to correct me there. So now I'm going to draw a line straight across.
This is the boring part. That's where it gets funner. This is the most important part. That's why Nicholas is doing it.
All right, so what we're going to do is we need, what did I say that was, 16 across? No, it wasn't 16, it was 9, 10.5. So we adjusted it. This is the last one. 15.5, that's why I wrote it. 15.5. So 15.5, we got 26, right? So that's 10.5. So really we need to come in 5.25 centimeters. Doesn't work out too well in centimeters. So there's 5, we'll go 1, 2, we'll kind of go in the middle. We'll do the same thing over here. 5, 1, 2, kind of in the middle-ish. It's okay to be a little off here. And we're going to draw a line up and down right there. 1 millimeter straight. Straight up and straight down. Centimeter. Yeah. That's what happens when you're in America.
Just fold it in half. That's what we need.
Yeah. We'll just fold this in half.
Fuck it. It'll work. It'll do.
We're about 1 millimeter off here.
Nah. That's a centimeter.
Centimeter. Or centimeter. So we're going to fold it.
Just like that. That's good.
And then
We should actually go a little bit up, more a little bit that way though, just because we're gonna have it'll be all right. Actually, no, well, actually, if we make this the top, that'll be okay.
That's not gonna be the top.
Room on the bottom.
it's going to be on the bottom
Okay.
because that's the folded side.
Okay.
I'm going to draw from there to there. From there to there. Same deal. Did I add? Maybe I was supposed to stop at 10. I bet you that's what it was. I bet you I was supposed to stop at 10. It's half a millimeter I screwed up there. Centimeter.
No big deal. Seriously, not a big deal.
Yeah.
It'll all come out in the wash.
Boom.
Yay! That looks great.
Ask your mom if you can use scissors. They're sharp.
We can use my bandage scissors. They're not very sharp.
Make sure you get your parents' permission, children.
Not sharp.
We're gonna cut this. Cut. To that middle. Bam. Cut. To the middle. Bam. And then we're gonna cut across that line.
Boop.
Snip. Snippy snip. Yeah, you could, if you want to make that the bottom, you can.
It doesn't matter. It's 6 in one, half dozen the other.
Yeah. Once again, we're gonna do the same thing. Snip. And then cut across the middle. Boop, 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 boop. Now you have your pattern.
That's your shape. Hey! So you fold. And then
Fold it in half. Since I goofed, I made that extra millimeter. This is what you're going to take, centimeter. You're going to take that spot that had the straight part, that straight 1 millimeter, the centimeter, 1 centimeter, centimeter. And you're going to fold that.
it's not gonna matter though. That's fine.
As well.
It's beautiful. Nicholas makes the most beautiful masks I've ever seen in my life.
So that is what we're going to throw into the sewer.
Sure.
So we suck at sewing.
Yeah.
We
I'm better
literally,
than Nick.
we literally just bought this thing to help Elena out to make these masks. And if Jazzy Cat, everyone say hi to Jazzy Cat. She's right here.
Hi, Jazzy.
I don't know if she's in the frame or not.
But she's at Molly. Quit.
Molly and Jazzy are here helping us.
Let's go ahead and cut our elastic.
So yeah. So we'll set that to the side. We're gonna get the rest of our products ready. So you got some extra here that you can use for other things. What? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll have something coming. So got that to the side. Elastic. What did we say we needed?
22 centimeters.
22 centimeters. Where's my
Let's
elastic?
do 23 centimeters.
23. God damn.
Okay, 22.
22. Okay. Whatever. So we're gonna need 2 pieces of elastic. Where did we get this elastic from, Elena?
It was donated by my mom. So
Okay.
I don't know, but you can find similar elastic
Amazon.
at Hobby Lobby or not Hobby Lobby because they're closed now.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Hobby
Or
Lobby,
Walmart, or
Walmart.
Target.
There's all sorts of different elastics.
I think Michael's is even open, and I don't know how they're essential, but okay.
Oh, there's a lot of things that are essential. So 22, which is roughing. It's not the end of the world. It's elastic. And then we'll measure that up against the other. And we will just cut. Once again, get your parents' permission. These are sharp. Poke an eye out, especially if you're around with them. Boom. So we got those. I need a
Flower stem.
flower stem.
I'll get it done. Move, doggo. Move, boo boo. Good boy. Where's it at?
It's up there somewhere.
Oh, okay. There
All
you
right.
go.
So I'm going to use the bandage shears on this one, but realistically, you could probably use a pair of dikes. These are flower stems.
Hobby Lobby, but
Hobby
Hobby
Lobby.
Lobby's closed now, so maybe Walmart has them. or
So
Target
you
or
need
somewhere.
roughly 2 of these that are 14 centimeters. Yeah, I remember this time. So we'll measure that up. I'm going to mark on this one. What do we say, 14? Is that what I have? Yeah, 14. 14. Boop, boop.
Really, any malleable metal will work.
Yeah.
We chose flower stems because they were easy. I would advise against bread ties though, because bread ties don't give you enough oomph that you need.
They don't have, the metal isn't
thicker
strong enough to
metal
hold its
than like a
shape.
bread tie.
So I'm going to take 2 of those. So I'm just going to cut the same size.
Yay!
So now we have our pattern, our elastic,
Our
our
nose
deals. We will be using some duct tape, right? Because duct tape fixes everything.
piece. And baling wire. Because we're from Oklahoma.
She's from Oklahoma. All right, so we're going to get our sewing down.
So what I want to do first is take this part here where these two edges are and just sew them together. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to put it where it's like that. Now I don't know how to sew, just so you know, like this is all new. I literally bought this sewing machine just to make PPE because my hospital is running very low. And also maybe it would help someone else that that doesn't have access to PPE at all because the world sucks. Oh, I leave my vape out of this. My vape did nothing to you. I put on the zigzag pattern, but you can put it on whatever pattern you like, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. I mean, this is not evidence-based practice. This is the evidence for the basis of the practice at this point. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little sew.
Across the top.
Like that. Raise up the foot. Do a clip. We needed to leave a lot of room because my sewing machine's not the nicest. Okay. Now we got this little edge here. We're going to take our flower stems and our duct tape and we're going to go ahead and fix that on there before we sew the elastic into the mask. We found that it makes it easier to do this over the several masks that we've made. So this kind of goes in the middle-ish. Don't overlap them. It will be uncomfortable for you. Okay. Take the duct tape. The duct tape is important. I know it's ghetto AF, but it helps your mask seal to your face. And that's the most important part of this mask, is that it seals to your face. You don't want the Rona getting in. So that's why we're doing this. So you take your little duct tape here. Just put these close to the top of the mask and then we're going to go ahead and seal it down like so. Like so. And then, oh hell, oh that's not, look, we have a straggler. Oh shit. Alright, and then this just kind of goes over the top. So now we've got our flower stem nose piece looking like a boss. Alright. Now this is the tricky part. This is the part that I've hated since I started making these stupid ass masks. You got to sew your elastic in to your mask because you don't want to puncture this as paper. You don't want to puncture it as much as possible because it just degrades the integrity of what you're doing, and you really need this to be a good seal.
Yeah, both of them in, correct?
Yeah, I'm getting the second one right now, baby. Okay, so there's the second one. Just gonna put these on top of one another just like this. This is mimicking an N95 mask that I had at the hospital that I used for my shift, and then I went home and took it apart so that way I could learn how it was made, so that way I could make it for other people. And then, so you can go in like a good probably 1.5 centimeters. It doesn't really matter because you're gonna adjust it anyway. This mask is made to kind of fit to your face, and so I have a smaller face than some people and a bigger face than other people. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew down. Same zigzag pattern. We're just sewing our elastic in and we're sealing the fold. All right, there we go. Pull it back. Do a little.
Big thing is that fold, guys. Remember, it should be folded it over. So we are sewing that fold down.
Yep, we want to sew it down.
Folded it back and we're sewing it down.
Just like that. That's going to allow you room to talk, and it's not going to disrupt the integrity of your mask while you talk. So you need extra talking space. So now that we've sewed these two pieces of elastic in, we're going to go ahead and repeat the procedure on the other side. All right. So we're gonna make all this all nice and pretty. You can stretch this a little bit, it's not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah.
You want the elastic to be a little bit tight rather than loose because it all helps with the seal of the mask. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing I did on this side with the other side. Kind of 1.5 centimeters, whatever. It's not rocket surgery here. This is all
plastic?
No, baby. It's still in there. I can feel it. Let's see, make sure. Yeah, it's still there, babe. This is not rocket surgery. This is just, this is all homemade PPE. Hopefully it works. It's like dopamine. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. All right, here we go. And you're just, oh shit, I'm fucking it up. Anyway, we're now. All right, there we go. Shut up, dude. It was just like one White Claw. Don't give me no grief about my White Claws. All right, now.
Did you get the elastic? You missed the elastic.
I did. Oh, hashtag fail. That's okay. We're gonna try again. It's all right. It's okay. Like I said, this is a tricky. Hold elastic and sew it to a vacuum cleaner bag. This is better than the pull-out method of PPE, which is a scarf and a prayer. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go from the bottom up this time, maybe. No, I think I got it. I think I can do it like that. That's fine. This'll do. This'll do. We'll make it work. I'm gonna need to tuck that down in just a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, I think that's where I messed up. Look, I didn't start until way the hell down there.
Yeah, that's the problem. You didn't start
Oh,
with the
my bad. I don't know how to sew. Like, I've never sewn before except for in home ec. Thank you, Mrs. McMullen, for showing me how to use a sewing machine. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this one more time. Make sure I got all this extra shit here. That way I don't suck my thread. Oh, come on, bro. Don't be a butt. Nobody likes a douchebag. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do this one more time here. Now you effectively have your mask right now. Where's my skizzers? There they are. All right, so the best thing, you know, what we can do now that we have this is go ahead and fit test it. You've got your elastic sewn in. It looks good. And then those of us in healthcare that know how to do an N95 mask, you're gonna put it, the elastics going over your, hi, with the elastic, kind of like this. This goes to your chin, this goes over your head. Leave one at the crown of your head and put one at the nape of your neck. So now you've got like this. Settle it in and push it down to seal with the duct tape and the flower stems. And there you go. You have yourself an N95-ish mask that seals to your face.
seal on the bottom.
Yeah, it's good. It feels good. It fits well. I can put my goggles on and just show you guys that it doesn't fog. It's really important. It's really scary whenever you're at a COVID patient's room and your goggles start fogging up and you don't know whether or not it seals.
Right.
Because
you want to probably snip.
You can trim all this up.
The end of the
the thread or whatever. You can make it pretty. It doesn't really matter. It's a vacuum cleaner bag and it is now attached to your face with 2 straps and duct tape.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the video. This is the mask. And we'll talk more about that, I guess, in our intro. So thank you, guys.
All right, guys, so that's how you make the mask. You got to excuse our hair in the house and everything. Obviously, everyone's in quarantine. None of us can get haircuts. We've been busy making these masks. Like Elena said, this is something that would be really helpful for everyone to do instead of using the cloth masks. It's just as simple. Probably costs a little bit less because these vacuum cleaner bags are relatively inexpensive. Obviously, it's 2020. If you're still using a vacuum with a bag on it, maybe it's time to upgrade. I don't know. But luckily, our friends at Wally World up at Walmart still have the bags. We're going to be making these for Elena and a lot of her coworkers and some of the other people around town here. We haven't been hit as hard as places like New York, but it's coming. We see the case numbers jump on a daily basis. I'm going to throw our Cash App and PayPal down in the description below. If you want to donate $1 or something like that to it, every dollar you guys donate, we'll just going to throw that right back at helping build these masks for all of our healthcare workers. If you found this helpful, share this, get this out there. This is an amazing mask to wear. As you saw, Elena could breathe just fine through it. It has almost the same properties as an N95, and we can readily make these. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Once again, like, subscribe, share the video, blow this up, get everyone able to see this. Let's get this information out there. Otherwise, have a good one, guys.